Hi there and welcome to the Potscast. This week has been very, very pottery heavy because I suddenly got into my head, you know what, I can finish it this week. I'm not planned to finish the making until next week, but I found myself ahead of schedule and I got it into my head, I can get it all finished. And I thought I'd finished on Wednesday. So funny. Most of the order, apart from the little plates, they were ordering in quantities of 10. So there was 10 of this, 10 of that, 10 of this, 10 of that. So I was in a 10 mindset. But then they ordered 24 of the little plate. When I was making the mugs, I immediately made 10. But then I suddenly got a thought, what if they didn't order 10? What if they ordered more? What if they ordered a weird amount? So I had to go back to the invoice to find out what they'd paid for. And it turns out they'd paid for 12 mugs. So I had to get on it. And I finally got the extra 2. Well, I made an extra 3. So in the end, I have 14 mugs. Now, the reason I made extra was because as I was making the mugs, I started to fall in love with them. And I thought, oh, I'll make a few extra. Because then, when they all come out of the kiln, I'll pick the best of the best. And I'll keep it for me. Now, I want to talk about this whole mug situation. Do you remember, was it last year when I was trying to make myself a coffee mug? By the way, I've gone back to my stand-in coffee mug. When I try to make myself a mug, it doesn't happen. We've seen the evidence. I tried and tried and tried. However, I do believe that one of those bloody mugs, I do have my eye on one, but no favourites till they come out of the kiln. But honestly, I try and try, make myself a mug, can't do it. I make mugs for someone else. I spy it. I've spied my perfect mug. So I made extras so that if it comes out how I think it's coming out, I can snatch it, snap it. Whatever it is, I'm taking it. So, I've been mug heavy this week. I've been having fun with handles. I've been having fun with shapes. I've been having fun with decoration. I finally got to use my fancy tape. I've had this fancy tape for a while. Never really used it properly. Finally found a perfect use for it. Now remember, this is my design inspiration, so you can see how this came in very handy. Anyway, I've forgotten how much fun it is to make a mug for a start, and how much fun it is to do that sort of decoration. I think I need to do more of that. I think I want to do a bit more of that. The sort of, what's it called? I keep forgetting. Tartan. The tartan sort of crisscrossy box pattern. I kind of like it. I'll see how it all comes out of the kiln, because everyone knows you don't really know until it comes out of the kiln. But I think they're going to be amazing. Anyway, so this week has been mostly mugs. Here they are. These are all the mugs I've made this week.
I said it's all about the mugs, no plates. It's all about the mugs, no plates. It's all about the mugs, no plates. It's all about the mugs. Yeah, and here's the heart mug. Now, if you watched my real-time throw-in, you'll have watched me make this, and you'll know the reason why it's a heart. But I think I've done a nice job. Right, you join me inside the house. I'm going to be doing some testing. We have 2 jugs. Now, they've only ordered 1 jug. I have to decide which jug they're going to get. So, because I don't like deciding these things, we do tests, and whichever wins the tests
gets offered to the customer. So I've filled this one up to the bottom of the spout because we want to know how much does it hold. So let's just do it, shall we? So, first metric, this holds 600 millilitres, okay? Right, now we do the pour test. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure there's no water on the table, so the table's dry. I'm going to make sure the jug is dry. Paper towels here, jugs here. Let's pour and let's see if it drips, shall we? Oh, it's dripping a lot. It's dripping a lot. Big pour, drip in. No, that's terrible. That's really bad. That's a fail. That's a bad fail. Oh my God, you better be better than this one, jeez. And this is the face of someone who's wondering if they're going to have to make a new jug. Okay, looking at these two jugs, you'd think that this, you'd think that this was significantly bigger than this. Turns out it's a little dribble extra. And this isn't all the way to the top, it's just at the bottom of the spout. So I could have fitted all of that, I can fit all of it in. And it's still not to the top. So actually, it's the same size. Now for the drip test. Okay, 0 drips for the pour. This was at the very end, 1 solitary drip. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. And on the building side, I've not been up to see what's going on. I think the concrete's down, but I haven't had a chance. I want to get this order sort of made and in the kiln and out of the kiln in Bisque. As soon as it comes out of the kiln in Bisque, I'm relaxing, I'm chilling. And then I can focus on everything else. So yeah, I've been head down, literally head down this week. I've not even been to the beach. Not been to the beach. I know. I have, however, had another idea because we did another chocolate run, and it suddenly occurred to me, you know what, I'm getting really good at making these fillings for the chocolates. And so, yeah, I made a gorgeous mango jelly and a fantastic salted caramel truffle. Is my mango jelly. And this is my salted caramel ganache. So smooth, so tasty. I think I might try rum, spiced rum and salted caramel in a truffle. Oh. Anyway, I will be trying out different fillings. So that gave me an idea. Have a look at this video. You know, if pottery is not your thing and you like a bit of chocolate, do you remember this? Would you like some further adventures in chocolate making? So once the chocolate's fermented, the cocoa beans need to be roasted. Now, she used to roast them the old-fashioned way over a fire, but she's decided to just go for the, oven version. Once all the shells are taken off, they get put into the chocolate grinder wheel thingy, and then they get made into liquid chocolate. So, what's happening here is she's adding the coconut sugar and cocoa butter. And it's going in the little machine And that's gonna grind for like 2 days. Yeah. Well, wouldn't you know it? We could do you a chocolate experience instead, because I've got pretty good at developing fillings. And come here, develop a few fillings, and not only do a bean to bar like most places, you can do bean to a whole box of chocolates. Imagine coming home from St. Lucia not only with the knowledge of how to make chocolates, but also your own box of bloody chocolates that you've developed. That's a great idea, isn't it? So that's it. Another episode of the Potscast. Next week, we're going to be a little bit more building heavy, and I will bring you some news from the building site. Also, I'll bring you news from the pottery retreats, because I've had some lovely inquiries this week. So fingers crossed, we have some people who want to come and join me in St. Lucia. By the way, I will pop the link down below if you want to have another look at the info. Don't forget, by the way, that there is an ability to pay in instalments. Stripe allows instalment payments, so let me know by email if you do want that. Anyway, have a great week, everyone. Bye. This episode of the Potscast was carefully assembled by me, Amanda, on the island of St. Lucia. Bye. If you want to have a go at doing what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, check out my pottery retreats.